Welcome back to the channel. Got a vintage cola. Let's listen for the crack. Delicious and nutritious. Speaking of delicious and nutritious, tonight's topic is why every man and every woman should do a 12-week cutting body fat process. All right, so some things to go over. 12 weeks, 3 months. Got you for 3 months, Grady. Got you for 3 months. It's a little play on Breakfast Club and Macho Man from Spider-Man. So 3 months, right? 12 weeks. You only want to do 12 weeks with this cutting process because it can be pretty grueling on the physique, on your mental capacity. It's pretty hard on the mind, pretty hard, just pretty hard in general. But it's worth it. It's very much worth it. 12 weeks of cutting fat from your body. There's a way to do it. And it's not about cutting fat. It is about calorie restriction, strength training, cardio, and the right diet, and a lot of water, strong mental fortitude. So, I've done this several times throughout my life. It's pretty much contest prep for like bodybuilding. Say to do a competition, a show for the gals, doing a beauty bikini contest, or fitness, or women's physique, or there's even women's bodybuilding. Pretty niche market, but still something taking place. For guys, can be just to get in shape, men's physique, take the stage, do men's bodybuilding. Any of these is a possibility. But the point is to do the prep work to get into the best shape you possibly can get in. If you're ever wondering what you'd look like if you were a 1980s or 1990s action figure, and you're all chiseled up like a G.I. Joe, like a Dragon Ball Z character, this is what it would look like. Because if you follow the 12-week program all the way through, and you do your best, and there's no shortcuts, you will yield the results. If you stick with it. Easier said than done. So, excuse me. Let's go over it. You'd be doing 12 weeks of high volume, heavy training, some light training involved. Not too many maxing out days. You don't want to go too heavy on this because you are restricting calories. You're not going to have all kinds of power like you would usually have when eating regular meals. However, when it comes to the meals, make sure you're going high protein. High protein for the meals. I'd recommend 1 gram of protein to 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. An example, you weigh 150 pounds, you'd want at least 150 grams of protein per day, or about 175, 180 if you're going for the 0.5 added. Pretty good rule of thumb there. Usually works out right. Carbohydrate intake. When it comes to the carbs, I would say for the carbs, it would be a little bit of a moderate. You'd get 100, I'd say 180 grams of carbs if you were 180 pounds, at least a gram per pound of body weight. On the days when you are lifting most intense, you could up that just a little bit. Say you weighed 180, and you go in for the carb intake. On a heavier lifting day, for that whole day, you want about 190 to 200 grams of carbs. Pretty important. You need carbohydrates to get these workouts done, to complete the exercise, because you're also going to be doing about 30 minutes every day, I'd say 6 days a week, 30 minutes of cardiovascular work. When you're doing the cardiovascular work, I would highly recommend it in the morning time. Have either a whey protein shake, or it can be casein protein, either way, 25 to 30 grams, and then do your 30 minutes of cardio. This will help you tap into fat storage units much easier than if you were to have a carb-loaded meal, which would ask your body to use those carbs that you just added. Instead, a better rule: upon waking up, a couple hours, you get to the gym, all you had that day was protein, then you do your cardiovascular work, your body will tap into the storage of the fat that you already have and use that as energy. A nice little trick. It'll help you drop the fat even faster. I would say your fat intake overall, this is good healthy fats, by the way. I'm not talking about McDonald's ice cream fat. I'm talking about fat from animal proteins, fat from good oils, olive oil, avocado oil, fat from good whole nutritious foods, and nothing but. The nutrition, you have to nail this part if you want to yield the right results. 20 to 30% of the diet per day you'll be getting from fat. Keep the protein extra high. The protein is going to be your mega source, because you're going to be eating a calorie deficit, which is less calories than you're used to, working out more than you're used to, strength training and doing cardio workouts about 6 days a week. So you want to keep the protein high as to eliminate the possibility of losing any muscle mass. You want to keep your muscle as you're dropping the body fat, is the whole program. So I've done this a handful of times in my life, getting ready for Halloween. I've done the same rigorous contest prep that I would do for a bodybuilding show. I've probably done contest prep about 7 or 8 times in my life, where I take a full 12 weeks and do rigorous dieting and lots of cardio, lots of working out, 6 days a week, 1 off day to rest. I'd recommend the off day to rest when you're doing this sort of work, because you're going to need it, your body's going to need it, your joints get achy, your mental fatigue is high, you're hungry all the time, you get very moody when you start losing a lot of body fat. It's because your body thinks it's dying. We know your body's not dying. We know that there's ample nutrition around you and you could go for it. The body, though, it doesn't know there's a pantry nearby, there's restaurants nearby. It has no idea that you have whey protein shakes, chicken breasts, salmon, steak. It doesn't know all that's next to you, but you know that. And this is where you have to step in and be the great mediator. You need to make sure that you're not gonna cheat on the diet. Biggest mistake. If you want to halt all results, if you want to stop the process and ruin it, throw it out the window, then a cheat day, a cheat meal, extra ice cream, a bunch of shitty food, this is what's going to ruin it. But the whole point is to drop as much body fat as possible, as to show off your actual frame, muscular mass, muscularity, and see what it would look like when you get into prime shape. The whole process is very tough, but it's extremely rewarding when you go through the pain, when you go through the sacrifice. When you come out the other side, you feel absolutely achieved. You are an immense joy that you did it, that you didn't break, that you didn't go out and eat and have beers and tacos with the rest of the gang. You brought your meal in a little Tupperware, and you got your chicken, and you got your broccoli, and you got your olive oil on your sweet potatoes, and a little bit of salt and pepper, and you ate your restricted calorie meal. And when it came to beer, you said, nah, I'll just have a water. Or maybe you had a club soda. And that was it. And when it came to dessert, nah, thanks. I'm going to have a protein shake in a couple hours. That's what I'm going to do. This mental fortitude that you must have to complete this journey is... it's the primary... it's the foundation of building that physique that you always wanted. You have to be tough during the hardest times. You gotta stand up for yourself and not break. Easier said than done, but totally rewarding. Really making sure that you're not dipping into too much fat reserves. There's visceral fat, that's around the organs. And then there's subcutaneous fat, which is under the skin. That's the fat we're looking to eliminate. Once that fat is eliminated, that's a good thing, that's a plus. And you'll see the percentages, you start to go down. Say you're in week 8, and you've been following the strict diet, and you're doing all the cardio, getting the best sleep you can possibly get while you're doing this. No cheat meals. Lots of water, and you get down to, say, 14% body fat, your abs will start to show. You will feel a high, you'll feel like you're on some sort of substance. Hopefully you're not on some sort of substance while you're doing this, but you'll feel high, and you'll feel lighter, and you'll have a shit ton of energy. You'll see your abs start to come in. Muscular definition that you never knew was there. You'll start to gain the shape. You'll say, whoa, I can't believe, you're getting chiseled, you're getting hard, you get a big chest going, start looking real good, start looking prime, you'll feel better. Some days, though, I won't lie to you, some days you'll feel like absolute dog shit. You'll feel terrible. On those days, highly recommended. Have some extra protein. Don't have extra carbohydrates. You want to balance the carbohydrates. You want the carb loading, the higher amount of carbs on a day when you did a leg day, a back day, higher carbs. You did a day off, you didn't do anything. Don't do this high carb shit and eat all these extra carbs. You have 3 sweet potatoes that day and a cup of rice, 3 cups of oatmeal on your off day when you didn't even move. Your body's gonna grab that and hoard that and add it back to your body as fat. See what I'm saying? It thinks it's starving. It doesn't know. It's just gonna say, oh, God, calories, but let me get them. So you have to trick it. Gotta kind of trick it. And you can figure out how to do this. But on the days when you are feeling shittier, more water, more rest. See if you can Get a nap in. That'll help you. More protein. It's okay to throw in an extra chicken breast there. Get an extra 35 grams of protein. That'll help you. I used to call it back in the day. When I was doing these competitions with my friend Greg would say, "Oh man, I'm so hungry. So freaking hungry." I was like, know what you should do? He goes, "What?" I said, "Have a water sundae. You have a glass of ice water. You sip it slowly. And you get a protein shake on the other side. And you protein shake drink. And then have some ice water. And then protein shake drink. Then have some ice water. And then after a while, you'll turn off the hunger signal. Your ghrelin will start up. Ghrelin's the signal that happens when you're full. You know, you're eating a big old meal and you're going, and then your plate's still got a bunch of food on it, and then you're like, oh god, I'm full. The ghrelin has been set off. You can do this with any type of food. All you gotta do is keep eating and drinking, fill your body up until the ghrelin gets set off again. Have that water sundae. But, by all means, do not cheat, or you're gonna mess up all your beautiful work that you just did. So, the closer you get to the said goal, depends on what you're looking for. Girls, I know they don't want to diet down to where they're super ripped. That's usually not appealing for most of them. But a guy probably wants to get pretty jacked, pretty ripped. The closer you get to the low body fat, the easier it's going to be for your body to break down and have like tired moments and feel sluggish and have a shitload of cravings going on. This is when you really got to fight it. You know, you say you're on week 8. You have 4 more weeks, right? Because you're going for a 12-week prep. 4 more weeks. It's important to do a healthy carb balance, protein balance, flip it up, make sure it works for you, but do the work. Continue doing the workouts. If you're so tired at the gym and you feel like you just can't even get a good workout in, maybe do high rep range. Don't go for heavy weight that day. Go for, you know, a whole lot of reps. Make it make sense for you. If you can't do a deadlift with 250 that day, then use 185 for reps. But don't hurt yourself. It's easy to hurt yourself when you're depleting yourself of calories. You are depleting yourself of overall nutrition because you are getting less food overall. But you're dropping the body fat, so that's a good thing. And you are kind of in a, well, you're not kind of, you're in a starvation mode when your calorie deficit is there. So you're doing that, and you want to make sure that you're making it make sense. As far as it goes for a relationship, say you're friends, you have a lady friend, a girl has a boyfriend, you're gonna be moody. You're gonna be moody around that person, and you're gonna be in a kind of an attitude. Try to know that it's not who the person is. It's that they're going through a thing. They're starving themselves. They're getting contest prep ready. That's what's taking place. Don't take it personally. Instead, help them. Help the person. See if somebody will help you. You know, make the food for you while you rest. You know, I know that's definitely a luxury these days. let alone getting a friend to just hang out with you. But maybe your spouse, your loved one would help you make some meal prep time or something, or do something nice for you. Try to get I was doing a lot of tanning at that time, but of course you're trying to make your skin thinner, trying to get that crispy golden look. I love doing the tanning bed. I would say also at this time do a hot tub. Swimming is really nice when you're in this kind of mode. And although you might not look forward to the cardio, try to look forward to the body that you will have at the end of this contest prep. You're 9 weeks in, 10 weeks in, you got 2 more weeks left. You may get another spurt of energy, another high, because you're so close. But don't break. Don't cheat. This is where all of that hard work counts for so much. And then you finally make it to the week 12. the desired results are there, take 2 or 3 days off. Don't do anything. Like, literally don't do anything. Don't do any cardio. Don't do any weights or anything. Let your body replenish. And then have a couple meals there where you're taking back in some heavier meals. But still not junk food. Still good, sweet potatoes, red potatoes, brown rice, good fish, good steak and stuff. But have a little extra on the carbs. And I mean a little bit. Like maybe 60 grams per the day. A couple times for a few days. And then it's time for that photo shoot. You'll notice you have dropped anywhere, typically, listen to this, 18 to 36 pounds of body weight. That's a lot. That's a lot of body weight dropped. Some of it will be muscle, unfortunately. It has to be, but that's why you're eating the high protein, to counteract the muscle that's going to be lost. But think about 16 pounds of fat dropped off your body, and then you added a few pounds of muscle to your frame. You're going to get a body composition that's better for most men and women. They'll get the T shape, shaped like wide up here at the shoulders, narrow towards the torso, and then legs will be nice and trim. And if you're lucky for the guys, it'll be flared out, and you'll have big, sculpted, cool-looking legs that have, cuts in them, and you get some veins showing, some vascularity. For the ladies, no poof, no little punch in the stomach. They'll have a nice, lean, sexy midsection. You will lose some fat around the breast tissue, but that's because the breasts are mostly made of a bunch of fat, and it makes sense. That's what they're for. But you'll drop a little bit there. But if you did everything right, and you did the diet right, and you're doing the heavy leg workouts and stuff, you should have a nice sculpted round buttocks. That I know all the girls, that's what they want, is a juicy ass. They always wanted that, and then they'll have that if they've done the right diet, and depending on genetics and stuff. But even if their genetics aren't the greatest, which most people have average genetics, they'll still have, if they've done the 12-week prep right, they'll still have a body that looks way better, that feels better, that they can be proud of, that they know they worked and they learned how the body reacts under the pressure, and learned how to sculpt their body and create a stronger overall body, the whole frame, the whole nine, the diet, the whole process. You gain something from it. It's like a graduation at the end. And then, if you did it for a bodybuilding show, which I've done it for a few times, at the end, you go ahead and you're stage ready, and you get up there and you do your posing routine. And if you did okay, you get a trophy. So, hell yeah, achievement point unlocked. And it's a good thing. And then after that, from there, you have a foundation to work with, and you can keep building your frame from there. But you'll be changed from then on if you continue lifting and taking the diet seriously. But by no means are you to keep cutting. That's why it's only a 12-week process, 3 months. After 3 months, it's pretty grueling. You'll feel it. You need probably a week off, like seriously, a whole week off to just chill and just do nothing. And you'll take that, and the body will rebound and feel better. Anything past that, I think you could head towards the hospital. It wouldn't be good. So you don't want to mess yourself up. You want to achieve a great, solid physique. So, yeah, that's pretty much the program. If you're eating all the right foods and stuff, it should be solid. That's why everybody should do it. Get that body of your dreams, and you'll feel better, you'll look better, and you tested your mental and spiritual fortitude. And that, my friend, is something to be proud of. All right. The odd one here, sharing details with you how to do a 12-week contest prep for the best physique in your life. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know your goals, your achievements. you've done a contest prep, super interested. Love talking about this fitness stuff. And speaking of, I got some comments to get back to in the comments section. Gotta speak to my people. Take care, Fit Gang, and have a happy Monday coming up. The Odd One, we're signing out.